always put tape over your camera. What's up? It's Pat. This one's about drugs.
What's up, Summer?
What up, Pat?
Oh, it's so good to be back in the Catskills. And I want to introduce you guys to Summer, formerly known as Lady Cryptic. She was working on that blockchain news project with me on Steemit, but something just happened to her that I completely identify with, and it's something that we need to start speaking out about a lot because well, I'll let her say it first off.
So a few days ago, I actually got arrested for criminal possession in the 7th degree. During a regular traffic stop, my boyfriend and I got pulled over for having dark tints on our car. They alleged that they smelled weed, did a probable cause search on the car, and found in my purse a black electronic cigarette and concentrated cannabis. Took me back to the station, handcuffed me, arrested me, hysterically crying, snotting all over myself, had tears running down my face, you know. Can't even wipe my face because my hands are behind my back. Did fingerprints, took a picture, and gave me an appearance ticket for court because I had weed on me. So this is actually my my ticket here. It says that I unlawfully had a black electronic cigarette containing 1 dose of concentrated cannabis. It was just weed. And the difference is that this could have all been stopped if I'd had 1 piece of plastic.
Hold this for a second.
Film you?
Yeah. Talking about a plastic card, okay? So this plastic card makes it legal for me to smoke pot or obtain pot in the state of Colorado.
Let's take a step back. Before Colorado, before New York, I was a citizen of my mother's womb. And the moment that I came out, the New York State Department of Health certified me as a human being and issued me a social security card number, a socialist insecurity taxation tracking number. So, I flew under the radar for a little bit, I suppose. But when I wanted to drive, you're required to get one of these. Yeah, my hair was pink. When was this issue? Look at this. Look at this clown. Look at this clown. August 2003. I was 16. This card was issued in March of 2011. These cards scraped up so much Deemsters. Chemist Pat. I've got a Colorado driver's license. I mean, anybody can go to Colorado and they could buy weed, buy an ounce of weed, I think is the limit. But you get a discount with one of these. And you can also get a medical card and get further discounted. And these type of things are completely legal. Whereas Summer, you know, is dealing with pretty much a more serious charge over here. And then this one from California allows me to, well, actually this expired. He or she may grow up to 99 mature plants and possess up to 19 pounds of processed cannabis for their yearly medical needs. So if I got caught with 19 pounds of pot here, right here in this state, I would go to prison for 25 years because I already have 2 felonies. Definitely gonna block out the dispensary and the doctor because he was really fucking cool and I don't want any problems for him. Yeah. So you get it laminated. Sometimes you're spraying water and everything. Yo, get the phone. Fuck you, phone. Just gotta let go. Yeah. But yeah, it'll say there somewhere. So, and this costs $150 as long as you have a California ID and you're obeying the law. I would get, if I got caught with this even, you know, this for me is 8 months in county jail probably. And this is obeying the law, you know. This is, if I participate in something 3,000 miles away under the same federal structure here, if I do that here, I'm gonna go to prison for 25 years. They have a 3-strike law here in the state of New York. I've already been convicted of 2 felonies on 2 separate occasions. I was arrested for hand-to-hand sales at a music festival in Bridgeport, Connecticut called Gathering the Vibes, and I did some prison time for that. And then I was busted again right here in town here, and I was pretty much given the choice to go to prison for a really long time or participate in a drug court program. And this was a 7-year period of my life, from my first arrest and prison sentence until pretty much, doing exactly what the state wanted me to do for 7 years. And that's a major reason why I've been so distant and not public with my political views, my religious views, my opinion on drugs and the legalities associated with that, because I feel like I've got a target on my back. It makes you a little paranoid, especially when you're heavily involved in cryptocurrency as well, and you're just an anarchist and you're trying to wake the world up to true voluntarism and change the world. There's other people out there trying to do this, So
I had this epiphany because my colleague Carmen attended Coinvention in Philly on August 30th, and he had the pleasure to interview some really great people. One of them, Sterling Lujan, who I've got much more in common with than you could imagine. And after I heard Sterling's interview and his talk, I kind of realized that I didn't do anything wrong.
All right, so Sterling, why don't you introduce yourself for the camera, what you do, and why you came here today?
Sure. So my name's Sterling Lujan. I'm the communications ambassador for Bitcoin.com. I also run a Facebook page called Psychologic Anarchist. My website is sterlinglujan.com. I spend most of my time traveling internationally to a multitude and variety of places to speak on topics like crypto-anarchism, the cryptocurrency revolution, this new paradigm shift, or the cultural renaissance that we're going through right now. So that's the majority of what I do right now. I do a lot of work on the side too, in terms of sort of grassroots activism and working with the local communities to help promote anarchism and freedom in our lifetime.
That's awesome. Can you give me some examples of that activism?
Yeah, sure. So there's a local place where I live out in Texas. It's an art gallery that one of my buddies runs. It's an art gallery, plus he's a tattoo artist. Anyway, we have small get-togethers where we'll get some local people in the community who haven't heard of cryptocurrency, who haven't heard of anarchism, who may not be thinking about the consciousness revolution, and we'll get together and we'll have a discussion, and we'll have debates and talk to these folks, and they'll come away like they had just maybe taken a little bit of MDMA. They'll have a little bit of enlightenment, and they'll come to terms with who they are right there in these. So this is some of like the social activism that I do to help wake people up.
That's really awesome. Now, you mentioned MDMA. I know there's a kind of a crazy story how you got into all this. Do you want to share the details on that?
Yeah, so back in 2009, I was deeply embedded in the rave scene out in West Texas. And a buddy of mine, we decided to go into business together because we have an entrepreneurial spirit. So we started selling MDMA and cocaine. And a really tragic story, he sold cocaine to an undercover narcotics officer, and they followed him back to my house. And the next day after that, they had a search warrant for my house. So the state police, the state marshals, and like 10 or 15 fully armed cops with riot gear kicked in my house, the door to my house, threw me on the ground. I was then arrested and charged with possession with intent to deliver, possession and also manufacturing and delivery. And then later on, I got hit with a engaging in organized criminal activity charge in another county as a form of double jeopardy that the state can legally get away with. Luckily, I lived in a small town and the drugs didn't go out of the state, so it wasn't a federal charge. So I was able to hire a local small town attorney who was in cahoots with all of the district attorneys and all of the criminal justice system locally. So I ended up getting off relatively easily. I got 5 years deferred adjudication probation, and during the time when I I waited a year to go to trial in 2009, and I started studying anarchism, specifically anarcho-capitalism. I read Murray Rothbard's book, For a New Liberty. I read Ayn Rand's series of essays called Capitalism, the Unknown Ideal. And I read Larkin Rose's The Most Dangerous Superstition. And it made me realize that I hadn't done anything wrong. I was just engaging in market activity, making a trade, nothing only what people who haven't distinguished between morality and law, it's only something they would consider immoral. But making a trade and allowing people to alter their consciousness is not immoral. That's nonsense. So getting that understanding is what pushed me over the edge and made me start thinking about anarchism. But also I started hanging out on forums and online chat groups, and inevitably came into contact with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. And that's how I learned about cryptocurrency, was through the anarchist communities, learned about crypto anarchism, etc. And around that same time I started working for Bitcoin.com and Roger. Right when Bitcoin.com started, I was one of the first 20 people to start working for Bitcoin.com early on, besides some of our people with the mining pool, Jamie Redmond, and our COO, Mate. So that's how I got involved, and it's been a blast ever since. So now I just travel the world talking about freedom, speaking about these ideas, getting more people involved in helping change the world.
If you're interested in the rest of Carmen's piece, check it out on our YouTube.
Currently, society would agree that I am a criminal. Everyone is blind. Everyone is brainwashed. Everyone thinks that they can control other people, you know? Control will ruin you. You need to let go.
Before this, I had a mint clean record. It's my first ever offense. And they brought me in, a small girl in her mid-20s, hysterically crying for weed. It's ridiculous.
But realistically, I mean, yeah, Sterling got caught with some heavy shit. So did I. It wasn't just weed. But still, it's a free market. There's supply, there's demand. There's people looking to expand their consciousness, have experiences, feel good, feel bad. Let them decide though, right? What's up with the pharmaceutical industry, you know? There's a lack of education. It's all about education. You need to educate the youth. The youth need to know how to handle situations, whether it's interactions with drugs or violence or anything. We're conditioned to obey our master. But who is your master? You know, who are you from? You know, does the government own you? Are you from nature? Do you own yourself? And the laws change. Laws change often based on public sentiment, which is easily contrived by who controls the money, who allows what to be broadcasted, whether it be through Hollywood or CNN or Fox. Times have changed, and we've got to educate everyone. But where is this all going? Doesn't it seem like something is pulling us there? With the rapacious growth in technology and understanding of the self. More so, the human connected node network of the earth realm, let alone cannabis that grows out here amongst its brothers and sisters naturally. There's a system put in place that has arrested nature. Listen, the reality is the government has to go. And it doesn't have to go by force, we just stop participating in it as a collective. Rise like lions after slumber, in an invanquishable number. Shake to the earth the chains like dew, which in sleep have fallen on you. Ye are many, they are few. The Mask of Anarchy.